Hey everyone, it's me Yuri and you're watching Life with Yuri. Today we are going to be doing my July bullet journal setup. For this month's bullet journal theme, it was definitely inspired by the queen, of course, of bullet journaling herself, Amanda Rachley. I definitely recommend you check her channel out because she does amazing art and just amazing content in general. Her April 2020 bullet journal theme was lo-fi inspired, so I decided to do something similar. I was in kind of, you could say, an artist block. I couldn't really think of any themes to do, so I just started binge watching a bunch of bullet journal setups to see if I got inspiration. And then I suddenly thought, summer, July is summer break and I'll probably be staying home. So then I watched Amanda Rachley's April 2020 bullet journal setup and I was like, okay, I kind of want to do this. So I decided to do that. I really just enjoyed making this cover page and just lived life, I guess, and just enjoyed creating art because it was really fun. Here in this cover page, I kind of just drew a room, kind of like a zen-ish relaxation room. I also drew a bunch of papers and artwork on the floor with the desk, and I kind of just had fun with what I was going to draw on the desk, such as a coffee mug, there's some ramen, a phone, pencil case, because drawing pencil case. It was also really fun to draw these plants, especially the hanging plants with the one with the leaves. I don't really know what they're called. The one with the really thick leaves that I use a lot in this bullet journal setup. I really love drawing that. Yeah, as you can see here, I switched to my Muji 0.38 pen because I felt like it was kind of better to use that pen for that type of plant that I was drawing. Now for the quote page, I'm drawing kind of like a living room type scenery, and it did turn out really good. I'm really proud of it. It looks pretty good to me. There's a little couch, and I was going to draw something in the window, but that would be too much work for me. And bullet journaling is supposed to be productive and not that time consuming, I guess. By the way, once again, I'm really sorry for the lighting changes. See, the lighting just changed there. Yeah, I always film these bullet journal videos in different days, so just bear with me. In this calendar setup, I also decided to use the individual boxes. If you watched my last month's bullet journal setup, you would have seen that I used a one-page calendar. I'm not quite sure why I used a two-page in this month. Maybe it's just because it looks good, I guess. Yeah, because this July is basically just going to be all summer break, so there's not really that much use to making a two-page spread, and I also don't have a lot of events on July, so yeah. By the way, in this theme, I kind of focused on all the plants and the wall decor rather than the furniture, although I will be drawing quite a lot of furniture. See, this is the plant that I was talking about. It was really fun to draw this plant that I'm drawing right now. For the habit tracker, it's pretty much exactly the same as last month and the past few months. It's just your good old grid tracker, like what I've mentioned last month. I'm a really big fan of keeping track of a lot of habits, so it's just really cool for me. And when it's all filled in, it also looks really satisfying and pretty, I guess. So that's probably also one of the reasons I do the grid habit tracker instead of the individual ones. And And I also played around with the wall decor. As you can see, like I drew earlier, I drew a bunch of just calendars and kind of some CDs on the wall. I thought that looked cool. For the mood tracker, I put a little shelf on top with a plant, of course, and some books and a empty picture frame, because honestly I don't really know what to draw on the picture frame. Same thing as usual. The mood tracker is also the same. Now for the sleep tracker, it's also the same that I'm gonna have done these past few months. You know, in your I feel like a lot of people think that in your bullet journal you always have to switch things up, and you know, it's like better and more entertaining, but really I think people should kind of stop being people pleasers and just think about yourself, because after all, a bullet journal is for you, for yourself, and for your advantages and your productivity. So just do whatever. If you want to do the same thing each month, that's fine. If you want to change it each month, that's totally fine too. So I feel like bullet journaling is a way of obviously keeping productive. That's why most of us do it, but it's also a way of showing your creativity. And on that note, let us move on to the movies. Actually, I kind of skipped over the brain dump, but it was exactly the same as usual, just with a little plant on the bottom right corner. Now for the movies I've watched, spread. I didn't watch as much movies as I thought I would this past month. If you watched my June bullet journal setup, you would have seen that I did make a lot of space for the movies I watched spread, but I didn't really watch that much movies, so right. But since it is summer, I think I will be able to watch more movies. Now for my favorites of the month spread, I actually really loved filling this out at the end of June. It was really fun in general, and it was just like I feel like it's gonna be a really fun thing to look back on in the far future. So it's basically just the same as last month, of course, just a different font and different doodles on the bottom of the page. The doodles are just a doodle of a little bed, pillow, and some wall decor. Now for the coloring, I will be linking, at least I'll try to be linking all of the materials that I used for this bullet journal setup in the description box below. On camera, the colors actually look brighter than they actually are. The colors are a little bit, just a teensy-weensy little bit muted down. They almost look neon in the camera, which obviously it's not neon. I don't know if you guys know, but I'm not really a big fan of neon colors. No tea, no shade to the people who do love neon, but I'm just not that big of a fan with neon colors. I kind of struggled a little bit with coloring this bullet journal setup because I didn't really have like a plan for the colors. I just, went with the flow, and I didn't really have a specific color of the month, so I just, did whatever, I guess. So the colors that I did end up using were a red color, a brown, the same brown that I used last month for the books actually, a blue color, a two shades of green, which are both Tombow dual brush pens. I think that's all of the colors I used for this month. The color scheme was definitely a little bit more summery and colorful and bright, not as bright as neons again, of course. It was definitely the opposite of last month's bullet journal spread. Again, if you watched it, I did use only one color, and it was a very neutral color, brown. It wasn't very colorful, so there's a little bit of contrast when you flip through the bullet journal. It's different. I've never really done multiple colors for the month, so this is definitely a new experience. the calendar page spread, I just colored in the parts that weren't actually in July, if you know what I mean. I actually start my calendar off at Sunday. I know a lot of people start it at Monday, but I prefer starting my week off at Sunday. I also forgot to mention, by the way, that I used a gray Malo marker that I got from my birthday last year. I also mainly focused on plants for this bullet journal theme because I learned that flowers and ornamental plants increase levels of positive energy, and they also help people feel more secure and relaxed. Being around plants actually help people concentrate better in the home and the workplace. Studies actually show that tasks performed while under the calming influence of nature are performed better with greater accuracy, yielding a higher quality result. Moreover, being outside in a natural environment can improve memory performance and attention span by 20%, which is actually quite fascinating. And in the talk of drawing plants and why I decided to draw that and reducing stress and stuff, journaling can actually reduce stress by serving as an escape or emotional release of negative thoughts and feelings. Bullet journaling specifically can also be a useful aid to our well-being. We can track our habits and moods and our medications and appointments and all that stuff, our self-care and our triggers. Having all of that information in one place, and indeed having an outlet for it, can be incredibly helpful in managing our mental health. It helps that it is easy to customize the areas that you want to, keep notes on. While I do keep some of my notes on like my computer or my iPad or my phone, at times I feel like the ability to write by hand in a journal is just like so relaxing and less, distracting. It can be a great creative outlet too that helps keep you productive, as it allows for your creativity to flow. I feel like some people think that bullet journaling is, a waste of time because of all the doodles and drawing and stuff, but that's not, all these drawings and doodles that a lot of people do on the internet. It's not necessary. It's just, customizable because it's your bullet journal after all, and bullet journals were created to make things easier. And if you follow the intent of the creator, Ryder Carroll, then bullet journals are not a waste of time but a time saver. A bullet journal is something of a mix of a daily planner, to-do list, and diary. The bullet journal is created by Ryder Carroll. He described this planner or journaling approach as a method to help you track the past, organize the present, and plan for the future. Fun fact, some people actually choose to pop rant boxes in their bullet journal. This is a space where they can rant away. They can write down anything that's bugging them or driving them up the wall. This can allow them to get it out in a safe way. It may release some of the tension and annoyance that we often feel. Bullet journaling can also provide us with a space to record any, achievements that we have. An achievement will mean different things to different people. For some of us, achievements are things like leaving the house or cooking a meal. Others might find achievement in seeing family or friends. Some of us might find achievements in employment, education, or volunteering. Recording our achievements can remind us that we're making progress when those stuck feelings arise. Now let's start talking about my current bullet journal that I'm doing in this video. We're almost done coloring my bullet journal, adding all the colors and stuff. We are currently on my favorites page, and honestly, I didn't really know how to color my favorites page, so I just colored half of the wall decor, like half of the page of the wall decor with a color, and left the rest as white. Now, welcome to the final flip through of my July bullet journal setup. Now, I am actually quite proud of this. It looks really good in my opinion, and I feel like it's one of the best themes that I've made. So, I hope you enjoyed watching this video. Have a great day ahead, and stay safe, everyone. Bye!